Good morning, fellow YouTubers from across the fruited plain and around the world. Matt, Nomadic Native, back with you. Thanks for tuning in. So we're gearing up for winter in Florida. And one of the things that I need to do to Java, our RV, is I need to adjust the rear view camera. Now, when most of your Class A's, when they set that rear view camera, what they're setting it for is so that you can see down, the back of the RV, the hitch area, okay? And they call it a backup camera because you watch that when you're backing up, right? Well, the thing is, anytime we go to back this rig up, one of us is outside as a ground guide, okay? And yeah, you glance down there at the screen to see that backup camera, but mostly I'm watching the ground guide, or Maria's watching me as the ground guide. And so we really don't need to see that hitch area and the front of the Jeep. What we would really like to be able to see as we're going down the road is our Jeep with the bikes on the back, and we're going to have fishing kayaks up on the top. And we'd really like to be able to see all that stuff, make sure that it's, riding okay and hasn't fallen off or getting loose or whatever. So in this video, I'm going to be making that adjustment to our backup camera and show you how that goes, okay? So let's get started. So there you can see our backup camera. And the view in the backup camera, I can see the hitch, the Blue Ox tow bar and the front of the Jeep. And what I want to be able to see is more of the Jeep, especially the kayaks and the bikes and everything that's attached to the Jeep. I might be able to still see, might still be able to see the Blue Ox tow bar. It just, we'll see what happens when we get up there and try to adjust the camera, okay? So here we go. Let's go up the ladder. Okay, so here we are on top of Java, our 2017 Winnebago Forza 36G. This is the housing that covers the backup camera, and looks like it got two screws here. Got to take them out. Looks like the housing comes loose. Okay, so it looks like you got two pegs that fit in two holes and the two screws on top, and that's how this housing's held on. It's got some wires because it has a light built into it. I'm just gonna let it hang right there by the lights. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the camera is attached to a bracket, and the bracket on each side of the camera has 3 cap head screws. And the bracket has cutouts so that those cap head screws, you can move the camera and adjust where it's looking. We want ours to look more up, so I'm going to be adjusting the camera to look more up towards the back, so that we can see the Jeep. All I have to figure out is what size cap head screw we're dealing with. Let's see. Yep, that's the one it is, and that is a number 3 metric. Okay. So I'm going to loosen some cap head screws on both sides. The outer cap head screws, there's 3 on each side. The outer ones on the left and right have cutouts in the mount so that they can slide up and down to point the camera. Then you have a center one that you have to loosen so that you can move the camera, and then tighten those 2 outer ones to hold it in place. Okay, that's as much as it is going to adjust. Aha! Got a little bit more out of it. A little bit more adjustment. Okay, got the adjustment in. Got it all tightened back down. Let me see if I can show you guys, get you a better view of what it looks like inside here. Okay, got my handy dandy pointer. This is the camera, and this is the mount that it mounts to. Looks like you have some adjustment on the mount as far as in and out and up and down for where the camera actually sits. You can go, you know, in and out and up and down on this bracket. And then right here beside the camera and through the bracket on each side, there's 3 cap head screws. You have to loosen both sides, then you can adjust the camera, you know, pointing down or up or down, and then you just tighten them back up. Okay, and now your camera is adjusted. Now, I've not gone inside and checked to make sure that the camera's pointing exactly where I want it, but this is pretty easy, and we want it up, we got up, so I'm going to put it back on, and if I need to adjust it again, you know, I haven't put the Jeep behind the RV to look at it and make sure that's exactly where I want it. But if I need to adjust again, hey, it's easy enough. I'll just crawl back up here and make another adjustment later when we, when we have everything hooked up and we're ready to go. So all I gotta do is put these screws back in. Okay, so here's the view from our backup camera. Looks like not too bad. Can't see any of the RV's hitch, but looks like it's pointed where I'll definitely be able to see everything on top of the Jeep and the bikes and everything back there. I'll probably, once we have the Jeep hooked up and everything on it, I'll probably take a look at it and make another adjustment so that we see just the Jeep and more down. You know, I don't need to see all the traffic and everything out there. Oh, it didn't connect to my telephone. Okay, cool. And so there you have it. That's how you make an adjustment to the backup camera in a 2017 Winnebago Forza 36G. Okay, so this is has been the first video in our pre-season to season 2, gearing up to go to Florida. There's several things that I'm doing to the RV, a couple of upgrades that I'm making to it, and there's new things that we're adding to our, I don't know what you would call it, all of our camping gear. We bought kayaks that are going to be riding on top of the Jeep, and I'm going to show you all that in a different video. And I guess that's about it for this one. I just wanted to show you know, that I was making an adjustment to the backup camera, why I was making the adjustment, and for other Class A owners that want to adjust their camera, I thought, you know, maybe showing you how I did that would help, and I hope it did. So we're gearing up, getting ready to go. If you haven't subscribed, we invite you to subscribe and follow along. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon.